She makes such specific allegations that they could either be corroborated by the evidence or she should get crushed for making these false allegations. I say let's wait to see whether the evidence can corroborate it. Her biggest hurdle, Megyn, is that she didn't report this to the police, but she did report it, allegedly, to hotel security, who laughed in her face and said that she's overreacting, that she should be lucky to have slept with someone like Ben Roethlisberger, and she'd be fired if they found out that she made these allegations. If this is true, I understand why she didn't feel the support of her coworkers and her higher-ups and why she didn't report this to the police.
That is what she claims. Harrah isn't commenting right now because it's a pending litigation, but Arthur, will that fly with the jury that she went to the head of Harrah's security, tried to complain to him that he allegedly shot her down, and that she went home and said, oh, all right, never mind, until she decided to sue for money?
Right. And exactly what jury are you speaking about, a criminal jury or a civil jury?
I object to that characterization, by the way. I don't know if that's what
happened.
happened, but go on.
In my opinion...
Well, I don't know.
I mean, this is what happens. The woman comes in, I'm an attorney, right, and she wants to retain me. Now, I understand there's a big passage of time, and there's something called rape trauma syndrome, where a woman who is so traumatized by being raped, it takes a long time for her to kind of come out and admit to it. But if I'm really going to take this case on seriously, Megyn, the first thing I do is say, okay, let me call my friend who's a detective in the Sex Crimes Bureau or the District Attorney's Office, and let's bring you over there, and let's have you explain everything to them. Because on cases like this, Megyn, when you're talking about rape and serious assaults, major felonies, these cases have to start in the criminal world. They can't start in the civil world because it's the wrong message we're sending out to society. It's okay to rape someone. It's okay to assault someone. As long as you write a check to them afterwards apologizing, that's not the way our system is created. Our system is created where there are punitive actions that are taken. Those punitive actions are jail, incarceration.
You know, Mark, is she going to be able to make that case? This is what she says. She says, look, the guy is 6'5". He's 240 pounds. I went into his hotel room to fix his TV, which is what he asked me to do, to take a look at it. And the next thing I knew, he grabbed me, started to kiss me. I was shocked. He prevented me from leaving and had me down in the bed. And next thing I knew was raping me.
Okay.
So Arthur raises a good point about the rape trauma syndrome.
Sure he does. And let me just say this. He also makes a good point about we don't want to send a message that it's okay not to report things to the police. I want people to report people to the police if they do commit a heinous act like she's alleging. But let me just say this. There's obviously hotel video. There's also going to be a computer record kept every time a door closes and opens. She went to Harrah's. And if, again, I have no idea if she's lying. This could be completely false. But if she went to them and they said essentially, we're not going to be cooperating because we think you're full of it, then I can understand why she believed that proving this case beyond a reasonable doubt would be a futile effort, that in no way would they ever...
But, Mark, don't you agree you have to start there, Mark? You have to start with that higher bar, with the proving the case beyond reasonable doubt.
Or why isn't the first move, I don't know, why isn't the first move to ask for money? Why isn't it to at least come out? Maybe you have a press conference and you say, or you sue and you don't sue for $1. You just come out to say, he did this to me, or I don't know if I can make a reasonable doubt standard, but this happened to me. Instead, Arthur, she's claiming,
you're right, Megyn.
She's claiming she wants $400,000, and she's suing Harrah's, claiming they conspired against her. I mean, she has thrown everything but the kitchen sink in this lawsuit, and it's the first we heard from her in a year.
Right, and where Mark is totally correct in his initial statements is, if this isn't true, if this turns out to not be accurate, then the hammer of the justice system should land on her and, quite frankly, maybe on her attorney. Because if these allegations are proved frivolous, then they really should be crushed. And Megyn, I want to just bring one thing up. The United States Supreme Court came down with a major ruling this May where it allows in federal court judges to read a complaint and on their own, without even the defendant replying, dismiss it out of hand. That was never the rule in the land before. That is the new rule in the land. Now, I'm not saying this rises to that level, but we are heading in that direction, Megyn.
I genuinely have to go, Mark. I can give you 5 seconds.
5 seconds. Let's just wait and see whether any of this can be supported by evidence. If not, she deserves to be crushed. Otherwise, someone owes her a big apology.
Got it. All right, Mark Eiglarsh, Arthur Aidala, thank you so much. One final word for our viewers. This case raises some real red flags. She waits a year to complain about the alleged rape. She never once goes to the police, not even to this day. And her very first move is to seek money. I am not saying it did not happen, but let us not rush to condemn this guy, this defendant, before we know more about the accuser and the facts. We'll be right back.